This is another demo on these deeply nested patterns. I have a pattern here that does require quite a bit of deeply nesting. And the first thing I'm going to do is put this geometric square on the screen. I already have the width set at 47, height at 64. So I'm going to click Repeat Patterns, click OK. Then, now this is a pattern, but I want a boundary. I'll right click, convert pattern to a boundary. Now my needle is sitting right here. My machine is the upper left corner. And I will just show you something about these nested patterns in repeat patterns mode. Select this pattern. The height is 6.53 and I want it to remain at that size. So I'll click the repeat patterns icon, go down and make my vertical spacing negative 2.5. Okay. It is going to be okay for that. I want this total width to be 47 and total height to be 64. I need to do everything I can to keep it at this 6.53 size, and I'll put in my width, total width, 47. It's actually going to make it a little bit wider than that. 6 repeats. Okay, so far I only have one row in, and I'm going to try to keep these to where maybe, and I'm going to put in my 64. That's going to change things, but we're going to work around that. Okay, now if we go up here and look, it's changed this to 8.65, and I'm going to turn this on, and it will change back and forth. Now notice what it did to my total height. So what I need to do is add some extra rows in here because I want to cut off half of the first row, the top half, and the bottom half of the bottom row. So I'm going to add some rows. Found that this is the easiest way to do this. And I've also found that in this particular case, it takes about 17 rows to do this. And you will just have to experiment with this to see what works. So there it is, 17 rows. I'll put it on the screen, and that's it. So I'm going to move everything into position now. I want to get rid of half of this row, so I'm going to just select all, and I think I'll move this back inside the boundary. It makes it a little bit larger because it does the best job that it can sizing it. Hold down the control key, press the up arrow key, and I can just hold it and let it go up and then stop it. That looks about like what I want it to be. Now I can get rid of this top half of this. I can just select this first row and do a fill inside. It's finished with that. That's how that will quilt. And this bottom area, I think I'm going to select all again And go ahead and just move this because this is how much of this pattern I want. So I'm going to adjust that up. Go ahead and select this bottom row. Do a fill inside. And I'm finished with the setup. Now as I quilt and roll, I will keep this pattern adjusted to compensate for any irregularities or shrinkage. So that's how simple that is to set up a edge-to-edge project with a deeply nested pattern. Now I hope that clears up some of the questions that have been asked about nested patterns. So maybe you could let me know what you think.